What is going on, guys? Daniel aka Phoenix DTS coming at you with another brand new YouTube video, doing something a little different today. I wanted to make a little bit more personal video and really just talk to you guys face to face. We're not in the studio, we're over here by my Blu-ray collection because I want to talk about movies. Now, if you're new here, I am a filmmaker, a content creator, just a lover of media and storytelling in general, and I have loved movies my entire life. I am a huge movie nerd, constantly quoting movies, constantly talking about movies, referencing stuff, and we break down movies and trailers and music videos here on the channel, talking about cinematography, directing, lighting, set design, all those things that goes into making movies. I talk about how they apply to making music videos and stuff like that. So if you're into that sort of thing, consider subscribing. But I just wanted to take some time and kind of just very loose and not really structured video at all, just talk about some of my favorite movies that are kind of underrated, they don't really get talked about, that are a bit more personal to me, and just kind of just nerd out and just explore why I love the movie so much and why they mean so much to me. And of course, if you feel the same way or have any of these movies that you like and want to share, let me know in the comments section below and we can compare and contrast. Maybe you guys can recommend to me some movies that I need to see, and maybe you'll watch some of these movies as well. Now, I have over 300 Blu-rays right here. I got the ones I'm going to be talking about sticking out. Hopefully this video isn't going to be too long, but I'm just going to go through a couple picks that I want to talk about. Now, first up is going to be Attack on Titan. I have all of seasons 1 through 3 on Blu-ray right here because I know streaming is a huge thing nowadays, and there are some movies that are only streaming exclusive, and like a lot of the stuff on Disney Plus too. But I'm just a sucker for physical media, not only because I get to have this really cool collection, but also, you know, sometimes the internet goes out and I still want to be able to watch my favorite stuff. But Attack on Titan, it's bar none my favorite television show of all time, and I know it's not even over yet, but that's just how much faith I have that it's going to be awesome. Just the world building, the character design, the animation, just the story is really interesting, and just how it makes it, just how it explores so many different aspects. You know, there's like kind of like a post-apocalyptic vibe to it, and there's some political espionage stuff too, and then there's just a war, and it's just absolutely crazy, and just how it evolves with every season. And season 4 has been amazing, and it's looking to be really awesome of a conclusion. And I just geek out on this stuff. And anything, I'm half Japanese, so anything that's Japanese oriented, kind of just, it's my kryptonite. I know, I just fall for that stuff. So Attack on Titan, definitely worth a watch if you haven't checked it out. Really awesome show. Okay, I know this is like the highest grossing movie of all time, and I know lots of people have seen it and think it's popular, but Avatar is one of these movies that I just absolutely love. I got the extended edition right here because I love it so freaking much. There was a time, I remember, I hadn't seen it in theaters, which I'm really kind of pissed off about that because I know that this movie in the theater was like the most transportive experience ever. And I'm kind of jealous that I didn't get to experience that, but you know I'm going to be in the theater for all the sequels because I'm actually one of the people that is actually really hyped for the Avatar sequels. I love this movie. Like I said, the transportiveness of it, just taking us to another world, Pandora, the advancements in motion capture, which made it so much more authentic of performances. James Cameron, whenever he directs a movie, it's always a banger, and this totally proves that right. Just the design of everything, just everything, creatures, plants, animals, everything, just the robots, the infrastructure of the human stuff. It's just so cool, and it's such a unique world. It's a very classic tale, you know, Pocahontas, Princess Mononoke, you know, just the outsider being in the new camp as a foreigner, as an enemy, but then slowly gaining respect for them. We've seen it over and over again, but Avatar makes it so much more beautiful. And even the score, I listen to this score all the time when I'm writing. James Horner did an amazing job, and this movie is freaking amazing. And while Avatar is beautiful, it is not the most beautiful movie I've ever seen in my entire life. That goes to Blade Runner 2049. This movie is, like I said, it's breathtaking. Every shot is just picture perfect. You could frame it. I have the art book for, you know, like the concept art and everything. I have that, and this is like one of the best sequels ever. I wasn't a huge fan of the first Blade Runner, but this one took it to another level. It's got my boy Ryan Gosling in it. Again, the soundtrack is really awesome. Got that very synthetic, cyberpunk vibes, which I'm really into it. There's not a lot of good cyberpunk media, but this is amazing. It took me for a complete ride. I was blown away by the story, by the twist. It totally got me. I was like, what? I was totally thinking it was gonna go one way and then it shifted and went another way. But yeah, this made me really think about cinematography and how Roger Deakins shoots, and made me pay attention to how things are shot, you know, practically, and just how framing and lighting and all those things. It made me more conscious of that, and that's all because of this movie and how well they do it in here. Some of these are really good and really obvious choices that I'm sure everybody would have, like the Dark Knight trilogy. Of course, I love the Dark Knight trilogy. No hate. It's by Christopher Nolan, one of my idols, so I love it. We're not going to talk about it, though. What we are going to talk about is Drive, though. Another Ryan Gosling movie. This movie is freaking awesome. You know, you think it's going to be one thing, and you think it's going to be an action, you know, getaway car movie, but it's really not. It's kind of an internal character study about Driver, which I think is really cool that they went in that direction. Again, beautifully shot. One of the best opening scenes of all time. You're on the edge of your seat and it's airtight, and they shoot the entire sequence from within the car, as opposed to, you know, all these exterior shots of the car driving really fast and what you would kind of normally expect, but they do it different. Again, the lighting is really, really awesome and authentic in this movie. And the way the timing with everything and how they tease stuff in the beginning, and just this the symbolism with the scorpion and the frog is it's really, really cool. And Ryan Gosling just delivers another really awesome, stoic, kind of nuanced performance, but it's really good and it fits the character. You don't think he's really doing much, but he's doing a lot, and it's all very subtle, and it's really awesome. Drive is worth it. The people kind of compare Drive to like Baby Driver, and they're kind of like opposite ends of the same coin. You know, like this is like the drama, thriller aspect, the character one, and then Baby Driver is like the really awesome, fun action set piece one. But they're kind of like similar in themes and movies. Moving on to the second row, we got the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy. These are really awesome movies. They took me by surprise. You know, I love dragons. I have my entire life. I wrote a script about dragons that I hope to make one day, and I'll put them in all my stories too. But yeah, really cool. I was crying for sure in this third one at the end. Like, oh my gosh, it was just waterworks, and it got me both times I saw the movie, because I saw it on my own, and then I made one of my friends who had never seen any of these movies, I made him watch the first two, and then I took him to see the third one, and then I felt it all over again. And that was a really cool experience to not only experience it for myself, but to show somebody this trilogy. And it's just really awesome, and really good storytelling. You know, really the first one especially just breaks down beat by beat how like the common hero's journey storyline goes, how what they teach you in film school. And just again, the story and or I meant the score, really, really awesome score, and just the theme, that song, the test drive scene where Hiccup and Toothless are riding, that scene with the music is really, really cool. How it blends both their themes, and then, well, it starts off with Hiccup's theme, and then it goes into Toothless's theme, and then they're kind of at war with each other, and then shit hits the fan, and they start falling, and then they have to come together and just fly as one, and that's when it combines both of their musical themes into one, and it's really beautiful. And just how you can tell that storytelling with just music, it's just really awesome. And they're beautifully animated, of course. You know, DreamWorks does a really awesome job, and this is like my Toy Story. You know, Toy Story is awesome. It's a little dated like in the animation, but these all look beautiful, and I love this trilogy more. Just, it's personally more closer to me than Toy Story is. And I can always watch these whenever. I said before, Christopher Nolan was one of my idols, but that he really changed the game for me when I saw Interstellar in the theater. Like Avatar, what a transportive experience. Like, I was in the spaceship with these people. I went to another galaxy. We went inside the black hole. We went to the water planet. Everything is shot practically. There are no green screens in this entire film. Again, Hans Zimmer, my favorite composer, does the awesome music for this that I listen to all the time. And just, I love space movies and traveling, because I think that's like one of the coolest adventures. You know, space travel is totally what we're meant to do. I think that's awesome. And how they play with the science, you know, with the time and the relativity and the gravity, how it's all pretty real science, and how they formed it and used it to their advantage in the movie. and just all the little Easter egg things, you know, how the robots are real and how they use models, and how the ice planets are like real places and glaciers that they used in Earth, and how they actually grew all the corn and sold it for a profit so that they would save money instead of just doing VFX corn. I just think those little things are awesome. That one scene with Matthew McConaughey when he's watching his daughter, oh my gosh, like you're just totally, for sure, my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. I can watch this over and over all the time. It's great. I think it was also my first Christopher Nolan movie I ever saw. I saw this before I saw The Dark Knight, and I saw this before I saw Inception, but even then, like, I still love those movies, but this was the first one. It hit me hard, it hit me close to home, and I still love it more than any of those films to this day, but I still love all of his other movies, of course. All right, here we go. It's time. I want to eat your pancreas. Yep, you heard it right. That's what it's called. I want to eat your pancreas. If you want to know me, if you want to know what kind of guy I am, you got to watch this movie, because I will share this movie with you if you are special, and I think you need to know what is going on in my life, because this movie is that, and this movie is so awesome. Beautifully animated, of course, but just the story. It's like that dying of cancer genre that was going on for a long time, you know, with The Fault in Our Stars. And I think it completely changes the game and blows it out of the water with this movie. You know, it's not a full-on romance. It's more just talking about relationships and how people can affect our lives and give them meaning and create memories and show us why we're here, and how two people can complement each other so well, and how you can learn from each other. It's not like a one-sided relationship. It's you're learning as much from them as they are from you, and they're helping just as much as you're helping them. And I think that relationship is shown beautifully in this movie. It's a classic kind of reserved guy versus the social butterfly girl. Like, I relate to that so much, and just to see that kind of personified in a movie for me that I can consume was really, it really meant something. You know, like I could really connect with that, and it was like, this is my lingo. This is what I want to see, and it's somebody else gets this. You know, it's just kind of like that validation you get, and just to see where the story goes. It has lots of surprises, and it kicks your ass and knocks you down and makes you bawl your eyes out. But it's really awesome nonetheless. Go watch I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. So we've already got 2 anime titles on the list, but now we're gonna talk about real Japan, The Last Samurai. This is a very similar story to Avatar and Pocahontas and Princess Mononoke and all that. Foreigner, you know, Americans got to go join the samurai and live among them. Again, how practical this is, because, you know, it's Tom Cruise, and the battle sequences and the costume design, it's so accurate, and it just puts you into that feudal Japan culture and embraces you. And the character development between Tom Cruise and Ken Watanabe is so awesome, and just how they're 2 like leaders of different factions, how they come together and become friends is just a beautiful thing to witness this friendship come to fruition. And yeah, it's powerful. It's a powerful movie, just to show how he gains an appreciation for, you know, another culture. It's the power of immersion, you know? And I know it's cliche, but we gotta put it on the list. I mean, Lord of the Rings, like, how can you not? These are my favorite movies of all time. Practical effects, the innovative technology, the stuff they had to create, especially with the motion capture with Smeagol, the adaptation, the fantastical elements, the story, how it's very grounded with the hobbits and has all these, you know, big moral lessons that connect with us today, and just lessons of like hope and brotherhood, and you know, doing the right thing, you know, powering through adversity. Is just such an amazing tale. These are what stories are all about. It's taking these human lessons and these morals that we need to learn, and painting them with a big fantastical setting to play up the stakes and just really personify these messages as with a huge metaphor, and just put them on the big screen and show them what they're really about, and how these things, they can affect us, and if it works for them, it can work for us. You know, it shouldn't be that hard for us to make these little tweaks in our life if they're doing it, fighting goblins and orcs. And again, this is like one of the reasons why I love movies. I've watched this ever since I was like 4 years old. I got to have the extended edition, of course, because the movies are that good. I've marathoned this for like 12 and a half hours. I got The Ring. I wear that every single day, because this is my shit. This is what I'm all about. I got the poster over there. Yeah, if you were with me, you were watching Lord of the Rings for sure. And I got all the MCU. You know, the MCU is great, but I didn't want to, like, everybody's got the MCU, so I didn't feel like it deserved like a full-on spot. What doesn't deserve a spot that nobody's talking about is The Nice Guys, perhaps one of my favorite comedies I've ever seen. Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe knock it out of the park. They're so funny in this movie. It's in the 70s, and it's got that vibe, and they completely transformed all the set for it, and it really fits, and it's got this mystery murder vibe to it, and it's a really fun movie, and it gets you with the twists and turns for sure. You're not gonna know what's coming. It's a nice date night movie. It's a nice good time movie just to watch some people do some funny shit and, you know, solve a case along the way. I didn't think Ryan Gosling was that comedic of a talent, but man, he surprised me. Russell Crowe too. Like, watch this movie, give it a shot, seriously. Now this movie, I saw the trailer. And there's some movies where I'll see the trailer and I immediately know this is going to be a banger. Most of the time I see a trailer and I'm like, this could be good, or I don't really like that trailer, or they're showing me some stuff from the end of the movie, I don't really like that, or this trailer is really deceptive. But there's a couple of trailers where I watch it, I'm like, that is going to be an amazing movie. Happened for Interstellar, didn't know what the hell the movie was about. I saw the trailer, I'm like, that's going to be amazing. Happened for Logan, I knew the Logan was going to be amazing based on that first trailer. That's like the best trailer ever, the Logan trailer. But it also happened with this movie, and that is the Peanut Butter Falcon. I don't know what the public opinion is of Shia LaBeouf right now, but this movie's awesome. It slaps. He is great in this movie. Dakota Johnson's great in this movie, and Zach Gottsagen, I hope I'm saying that right, does a killer debut performance in this movie as well. You know, it really tackles themes that and pushes the boundary that we don't really talk about a lot as a society, and it shows this like it's like a Tom Sawyer, you know, Huck Finn adventure film, and it's just really fun, and it's really feel good, and it's very you know, small scale, and it's just got a nice calm and happy vibe to it. You know, just two brothers going across the land, you know, for some fun, and it's a really good watch. Really tugs at those heartstrings and makes you appreciate the little relationships you got in our life. Really good movie, really solid watch. Watch a trailer. Let me know what you think. Okay, not really a movie, but I have Planet Earth, Blue Planet 2, the combo pack right here. I love me some BBC nature documentaries, especially when they are narrated by the great David Attenborough. Really awesome films, or documentaries, I should say. Really beautiful. Like, if you want to display your 4K, you use these as the demo. Totally awesome. Beautiful things. You learn so much about the animals. I would totally love to be one of these videographers. I think that'd be such a dream come true job. And they're just freaking gorgeous, like so beautiful. Just the shots they get are so amazing, and how they can spin the footage and tell the story. It's super awesome, and makes you just appreciate the world we live in so much more. Another common banger that is really awesome I didn't put on the list is Planet of the Apes. Love those movies. They're really awesome, but I'm sure all of you love them too, so I don't really need to talk about them. But we need to talk about The Red Turtle. This is kind of a Studio Ghibli film. I think they helped co-produce it, but it is animated. But it is a movie that is told entirely without dialogue. Think about that for a second. A movie where nobody talks. I mean, there's some interjections and some exclamations like, hey, woo, yo, like kind of like that. But other than that, nobody talks. And it is a compelling movie. You can follow it through the entire thing, and it's a story. And it's really cool how they did that and how they managed to do that. And it is beautifully animated. It's a really nice style. I think this is a French film, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's really cool how they just managed to do this without talking. And it makes me want to, like, eventually later down the road, once I'm more, you know, honed in on my craft, kind of attempt one of these on my own. Silent film that's not a silent film. It's just a film without talking. Okay, this recording is getting long. We got a silent voice. This movie is awesome. I'm sure you've heard lots about it if you're in the anime community. All I will say is that no movie have I ever seen for the first time, thought it was so amazing that I rewatched it the next day. I did that for this movie because it is that good. It's really ballsy how it takes the bully's perspective and makes the bully the protagonist of the movie. Like, what movie does that? How are you supposed to empathize with the bully? But you do, and it's great. It's a little long. I feel like they could have cut some stuff here and there, but I still watched it twice. Like, I spent 5 hours of my life over 2 days watching this movie. Like, yeah, it's good. What else is good is the freaking Social Network. This is like it might be a stretch to say, but I feel like this is like modern day Shakespeare. You know, Aaron Sorkin is such a great screenwriter, and just the themes they cover. It's about brotherhood, betrayal, taking something and doing something that nobody else has ever done before, and just the ins and outs of that. It's really powerful. The music is awesome. The score is awesome. How David Fincher has his camera work, that's really awesome. How it follows the characters, really great. It's got kind of a yellow tint to the movie too sometimes, which it's weird, but it works. And how they doubled Armie Hammer. I didn't know Armie Hammer was not a twin before I saw this movie, and then I was like, oh, he's just one person. They duplicated him. I was like, whoa, that's some good technology they got there. Okay, and our last spot out of all these I wanted to make sure I got this. It's my favorite anime movie of all time, and I'm sure it's yours too. That's Your Name. Holy bejeebus. What a beautiful film. I love the modern art style, and Makoto Shinkai pumps out amazing, beautiful films. Radwimps got a killer score. I listen to the soundtrack all the time. And I can know like every scene when I hear any specific song. It's just that good. The characters, the duality, it's such a unique love story take, how it's got the body swapping. I'd never seen that before, and it just takes you along for the journey, and you're with them the entire time, and it's throwing these twists at you that you don't see coming. I recommend you this movie, and I share this movie with you, and we watch together. It's because it's a banger movie, and I know that you're awesome in my life, and you need to experience this gold, because it is. Yeah, and again, Weathering with You, really a nice sequel, spiritual successor, if you will, that he did right after. But I feel Your Name is just the first. It's just the standard right there. It's just that good. And yeah, I got a poster of it. I love this movie so much. It's amazing. It's amazing. That's all I can say. So that's gonna do it for me, everybody. Those are my movies that I love, that I wanted to talk to you about. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and connected with some of this. Let me know what your favorite movies are down in the comment section below. Can you focus on me, please? Thank you. But yeah, I hope you did enjoy. Why are you focused on my neck? My eye is up there. Thank you. So hope you guys enjoyed and learned anything about my movies and what I like. And if you did enjoy, drop a like and subscribe for new videos every single week. BTS is coming out with Butter. TXT Freeze are going to be reacting to all that, breaking it down. So make sure you're subscribed to catch those videos when they drop. But anyways, this has been me, Daniel, aka Phoenix DTS, and I want you to find yourself, be yourself, love yourself. Hey guys, Daniel, aka Phoenix DTS, checking in with you at the end of the video. If you did like what you saw, please be sure to check out one of these other 2 videos, and don't forget to drop me one of these and subscribe for new videos every single week. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. I love you. Have a good one.